Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Real Talk Live here at the Real Talk Studios. We have a great show this morning. We want to get into some controversial subject matter concerning the election, Brother Wallace. And you know, I'm not going to mince my words. And I don't think on this show we censor. Only the output, the network might censor us, maybe sometime down the line. But I want to welcome you, Brother Wallace Senegal,
Good morning, brother Jay.
host of the Community Matters TV show every Friday on AOC Community Media. Again, we want to thank the staff and management of AOC Community Media for giving us this great opportunity to give what we call to do what we call freedom of speech in this country.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, that's the best thing we could ever have, the freedom of speech, and let people have a voice. Understand me, that gonna show us or allow us to tell the truth about what's going on with us as a culture of people. You know, brother Jay, a lot of time we look at just us. It's not just us that searching for a voice. We all are. Some people have a better voice than we do, you know, and this is what we need to have a better voice than what we have.
Yeah, and you know, and one thing I say, Brother Wild, is black media plays an important role in informing our community about certain things because the mainstream media does not really carry the agenda of really informing us. And this is why I continue to do those shows because going back some years ago on the old KJCB 770 AM. I like to say those words, man. Brother, shout out to Brother Henry Davis. He used to say it. And hearing your voice and Brother Bunny's, what's Bunny? What's his name? Landry. Bunny Landry. Yeah, I just know him as Bunny.
Jeffrey Bunny Landry.
Jeffrey Bunny Landry.
Yes.
Hearing their voice inspired me, even when at that time when they had some controversy, and Sister Janelle said she's gonna take the shows off, I say, well, I'm gonna continue to call, and because I heard you guys call, and I say, well, look, you know what, I'm gonna keep calling, and I called and called until she probably gave me the mic to come on the station, and you had a show that was Community Matters that transferred into your Community Matters TV show, where you have much of the input of what's going on the show. So, with that said, black media is essential, Brother Wallace.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, man. Without black media, we don't have a voice, really, because we be censored on other stations. Even when you give an interview for someone on TV, you know, it's never what you say.
And I think in this so-called election cycle, I think media sold us short. And I don't know what you think, the mainstream media. And I think, you see, you more of a grassroots person. You get out there and you shake their hands and you hug the babies and so forth. And not having that type of mindset with a lot of the elected officials or people who are participating in the election cycle, not having that type of feeling, that kind of like hurting our community because we don't have that outreach like you do. But I want to get into the crux of stuff going on.
Before we go
ahead,
there, I want to congratulate all the winners, all the runoff winners,
Right.
even those that didn't win. Just to get in the process, I want to congratulate you. You know, just to know that you wanted a voice in what was going on in our community, in our state, and in our parish.
Right. I want to, especially to a young man that I saw and met a while back from St. Martin Parish, Mr. Paradan, who came to one of our talk shows, congratulate him making the runoff. You know, I'm going to just say that much.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a guest tomorrow on the Open Line radio show on the radio station. But I want to say congratulations to him making that runoff, and to all those who who ran for office, who had the right intentions of running for office, and who not letting themselves be led by the status quo. Because the status quo right now is I'm sorry, brother, it's white supremacy.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had a lot of people that didn't go vote, that should have went vote. But the thing of it is, at the end result, we're going to find out what's really going on. You know, they got people talk against voting. I'm not going to talk against voting. I'm going to talk for voting.
Right.
You know, because the process, we may not like it, you know, but the process is there. You know, it's been used against us, you know, so why not get into the process, you know, and make it happen? You know, we could make it happen for us, but we rather go party, you know, instead of go out here and try to make our future great. 15 minutes of your time on election day, early voting time, you know, that's all it's going to take you to go and push that level for the candidate of your choice, you know, and we got to learn that, Brother Jay. You know, they tell me they had more people in Texas on election day than they had anywhere else, you know, in quite a while. So now we had governor's race, we had city parish president race, we have mayor president race. We have all these people that's in control of our life, you know, and we couldn't go and pull the right button. And for some reason or another, Brother Jay, it seems like people believe lies better than they believe the truth.
Right, and when we got, and you know, you heard me say this in every last one of the talk shows. For those who out there listening, they want to go check the record what I've said. You know, I somewhat predicted this thing in a sense. Not that I won't try to be the expert. I'm only an expert on my own opinion, and if your opinion is factual and it happens, well, then your opinion was right. Well, look, there's a major article in News One. News One is the media operation, a black-owned media operation, which started by radio pioneer Kathy Hughes and Tom Joyner. News One comes out of that. They got Radio One, TV One. Everybody heard of TV One and Radio One on several stations, radio stations and TV outputs across the country, and the media operation. On their website, they wrote this, Brother Wallace: black voters scapegoated for Louisiana electing a suspected, remember, you say he's a suspected white supremacist Jeff Landry as governor. But critics also say the Democrats didn't help. Now, Roland Martin, he touched on that. Everybody knows Roland Martin.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is this. We were warned about this. and I'm looking at this, Brother Wiles. I'm a registered independent. And not because I don't vote some type of sometimes the Democratic platform, only because the Democrats for a long, long time in this state has been falling short when it comes to black folks carrying the water bucket for them, giving them the water and reviving them, like they did with John Bell Edwards, right? But if you look at what someone said about 1 million black registered voters in the state of Louisiana, but yet, the majority of people who voted for Jeff Landry, I suspect were Democrats. Because we have a lot of Democrats. Democrats out-register Republicans in this state, according to some in those who keep those statistics. But you got to ask yourself, if that was a white candidate, would they have went vote for the white candidate over Sean Wilson? If that white candidate was a Democrat. But the Democrats sold the black community out in the case of when it comes to race, white versus black. And they have a lot of statistics pointing out that one of the things said in this article by a byproduct of Saturday's election was the scapegoating of black voters after exit polling data showed their low turnout for a political contest in which the leading Republican has been accused of being a white supremacist who practically champions anti-black policies. Mm-hmm. So,
well, you know, Brother Jay, I was going around in the community, and everybody was for Sean Wilson.
Right.
I said, well, the only way he'll get in there if we go and vote for him.
Right.
But if we're not voting for him, he can't make it. And I always felt Louisiana wasn't ready for a black governor. Mm-hmm. Louisiana's not even ready for a black mayor sometimes.
Actually, it went backwards. If you're like me, every progress the black community made in this state had been pushed back by what we call anti-woke. I'm woke. Jeff Landry, I'm woke. And you think people crazy because you want people to go to sleep on people like you. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it went backwards because we got an ultra right-wing conservative agenda that it's not Jeff Landry, it's not Donald Trump, it's not Ron DeSantis, it's not Josh Guillory. It's these people who go and vote and pull the lever, knowing that these people, Jeff Landry and Donald Trump, has an anti-black agenda. Mm-hmm. They are voting for the people in Youngsville, where I call the white flight town. Mm-hmm. They're voting for the Jeff Landrys. Yeah. So you can't. The electorate is the people who actually voting against black interests. And so when you go to your work job and you friend with your bosses, who that's a nice Caucasian guy and all that. True on the surface. But if they're going into the voting booth and pulling the lever to vote against the black folks' interests, granted that they already have advantages with economics in the state of Louisiana, they have the best jobs, they have the best educational opportunities, best everything, but Jeff Landry and Donald Trump has some anti-black agenda, whether it's the criminal justice system, whether it's economic or health issues. If they're pulling the lever against your community, they're not your friends.
Okay. Now, you know, I heard somebody say that Donald Trump did more for blacks than any other president.
Yeah.
But look what he did to President Obama. Mm-hmm. He had the sheriff in Arizona to chase President Obama's birth certificate. Right. And that was all established, you know, long time ago that President Obama had the right to be president here. Mm-hmm. You know, so why are we going to keep allowing people to do us what they shouldn't be doing, you know? And that's what it is, because a lot of us don't understand, or we'll holler, I didn't know that. Yes, it's happening. It's been happening, you know, and it's still happening today. You know, you have a police force, you know, that attacks blacks or people of color, you know, but black people more so than the people of another race.
Right,
you know?
right.
And that's just the way it is.
Right. And I concur with you, my brother. The thing is, Brother Wallace, what we're going to do, we keep playing the same game with these people. We keep Monday morning quarterbacking election. We keep putting the same people in office, doing the same thing, and we don't try for or push for change in part of that. And even with this election, look how the Democrats did not put no money in Sean Wilson's, the national and the state Democrats, right? Also, the media fell short on talking about the real issues. Some media circles talked about Jeff Landry agenda. Some people and some groups, we want to salute Black Voters Matters. They always on the ground trying to work, but could more have been done with groups around the country to make the urgency of this governor's race? None was done. And people say, well, you know, I'm fighting against a high agenda. Jeff Landry has got so many people. Well, yeah, white supremacy was on the agenda. White supremacy won this election, no matter how you want to look at it. Now, the question is what we're going to do to live through it. we had the same inkling when Governor Foster was in office.
Yep.
We lived through that. So the thing is this: what are we going to do after the election? Not talking about wait till another 4 more years. What we going to do now? We can use our collective economic power in the state of Louisiana, and we're going to use that in a way to make them at least they don't have to respect us or love us, but they're going to respect our dollar. So
right.
what we going to do?
Well, they always say the power is in the dollar, you know. And if we learn how to sacrifice, and it's called sacrifice, things could happen differently than what's really going on. You know, in this election, Brother Jay, I'm not trying to change the subject.
Go ahead, my brother.
But I was called a boy. You know, they got two boys in a truck. You understand me? And the only one that have a truck that's really into politics is me. And you're going to call me a boy because I told the truth. And the truth was we had 2 prominent black districts, Brother Jay. We had to go to court, you know, to get these districts.
Right.
And we got them, and it was flip. You know, I say flip. And when I say flip, it went from District 3 to District 1. It went from District 4 to District 5. And District 1 was gerrymandered. And a lot of times we think a gerrymander is made smaller. No, this gerrymander was made bigger, you know. And the one that wanted to get back in office, what he wanted to get back in office for, everybody got different reasons. He wanted to run for his brother's seat and stuff like this here. But you had 12 years in office, and you really, really didn't do anything but turn 2 districts around. Now, right now, we might even have a white person in District 1 as our council person, you know, which I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when you're going to start breaking off what our past leaders fought so hard for the McKnight and stuff like this here, fought so hard for us to have a predominantly black district so we'll have a voice. And it's going to take one person, like it took one person to take prayer out of school. And you're going to allow this person to take our district away from us. Yes, I have a problem with it. You know, I do have a problem with it. But you're not going to call me a boy, you understand, for doing a man's job.
Right.
You know, the man's job I'm doing, you should be doing. But you're not doing it. So don't call me a boy, you understand me, because I am fighting for the people that's around me, the district that I live in, the place that I want to see better, you know. And when you're going to do something like that to me, yes, I have a problem with it. Don't call me no boy because I'm an elder in this community. And the elder in this community gonna get his respect. You know, everybody else respect me, you know. And if you think you're gonna sit in that seat, and I'm gonna make sure I move in District 5. I'm gonna make sure of that because you're not gonna just sit in that seat and try to look pretty, because I'm going to always be on your case, you know. So whether you like it or not, you know, like I say, congratulations, bruh, for winning your seat. You know, I'm not trying to take your seat away from you, but you're not going to sit in there like you did the last 12 years and did nothing. And when you come to be reelected, the lies that you told. They had a transfer service that was going on Sunbeam land almost Ambassador Caffrey. He said it was on university. You know, the things that I know about what's going on in the 2 districts, because, yes, I got a truck and I roll it. You know, I roll it in both districts. At one time, they had potholes in the street.
Right.
Look like ditches, you know. But, hey, I sit on the city council. I was, for 12 years, I sit on as chairperson for 3 terms. Sitting there, that's what you did. You sat there, you know, and you really didn't do nothing but put an old lady out the council because she was the cat lady, you know. So, you know, Brother Jay, I'm not trying to cause no great confusion or nothing like this here, but you're not gonna bring confusion to me. That's for sure, you know. No, so. That's where I'm at, and I think I'm through ranting about that.
Well, certainly it's a season of, how should I put this? A lot of ineffectual black leadership.
Yeah.
Ineffectual white leadership. Nothing to move none of the communities into the to reality of things that's going on. You got people who are being put in office who are working for a system that just wants to keep them in a certain place.
Yep.
And you got to wonder why certain politicians want to be in office. I myself, sister, brother, however, whatever qualification, if I ever had something to be a politician, I would not take that job. I would not want to be a part of it. But I certainly would want to identify. And people have a right to complain because, you know, you remember The Rock on WWF, and I like that when I was younger watching that crazy stuff and thinking it was a joke. He always would say, know your role. And I heard some people say, well, know your place. Well, you know, if your place is in Master's house, well, you know your place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Know your role. And nowadays, these youngsters are not taking that to that whole thing about knowing your role. They're taking charge, and they're not buying into that stuff. The only role that I see people who preach that stuff are people who work for a system of white supremacy.
Right.
And I'm going to say that.
Well, you know, white supremacists got the money. They got products.
Right.
You know, a lot of products we don't know nothing about. At one time, I used to like a drink, man. And when I found out the Klan owned the drink, I stopped drinking it.
Yeah.
You know, but now, is everybody going to do that? Nope, I'm not asking nobody to do what I do. I'm going to keep on doing. Sometimes I say, Brother Jay, I'm a one-man protester.
Right, right.
You know, and I can't protest the whole thing by myself. You know, so that's what I love about you, man. I love you as a brother. You know, you don't mind taking whatever anybody want head on. You know,
oh, yeah.
You're not going to stop them. You're going to encourage them to do the things that they need to be doing.
Right.
So that's just me, man.
Well, and going back to the, certain black leadership actually think because they look smart, and talk tough, that people are listening to and following them. And when you don't see any results that's on a positive mean, you know, well, you know, I just want a symbolic view of I want a sign on my car that said I'm the best, and that's I got the state legislators to say I'm the best. Or you want to put a outdated type system, push for that where you have new technology, you know. And I'm not saying that some people should not have access to information, but the new way to having access to information, not necessarily in a let's say a building. It might be having access to information at your fingertips, but people are pushing that narrative that you have to have a building that nobody goes into to access information. But, you know, you got arrogant people who are outsmart their own self and not really looking at the bigger picture. And again, my brother, when I do media, the person who I respect the most as far as a leadership in the United States, Minister Louis Farrakhan, which I had the opportunity to have my cameras in front. He don't, they come at him from all sides.
Yeah.
But he remained steadfast in his belief system. I'm never going to let nobody tell me shut up or know my role or anything else. If anything, that those people who are saying that they ought to look in the mirror. They're the problem. They're the problem.
Brother Jake, do you mind if I call Brother Paul?
Yeah, get Brother Paul on the line.
Let's see, because I was talking to him, and he was telling me some things that was going on in Lake Charles.
Well, this whole state. When you go ahead, dial the number while I go over this thing right here again. Critics on social media, according to the News One article, also suggested that the Louisiana Democratic Party should be scapegoated more than the black voters, which is true. The Democrats didn't do anything. This is why I say, people, if you're going to participate in this election process, don't just get all the way disillusioned. Try being a registered independent. I've been that for years. A lot of people I know are that. They're never going to say it. Now, maybe we might vote some Democratic platform agendas.
What's going on there, Brother Paul?
Well, we could bring Brother Paul on the line. Let me plug him in all the way. He's not in all the way.
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, he's still not in all the way because I think this is the stuff that's stopping us right here. Brother Paul?
What's up, brother?
Okay, there we go, Brother Paul. We got you live on television.
Yeah, you're live, brother.
Oh, I'm live?
Yeah. Hey,
it sounds like he got a hangover from that election, right? You got a
I'm hungover big time, brother.
Right.
Hey, man, how did the election go in Charlottetown, man?
The same jokers guy there, they with low turnout, man. Very low.
Low turnout everywhere. And then 6 months from now, everybody gonna be crying and hollering and want to know what's going on. When they're gonna start pushing us back, and we going backwards. We not going forward. As far as I'm concerned, Brother Paul. I heard the man that ran for governor, Sean Wilson, went to y'all town and tried to entice people to go out and vote for him, and he wasn't very successful.
No, he doesn't. Because I tell you the other problem. He come down here by himself. What is wrong? The Democrat Party, everybody that wasn't running for reelection, some didn't have running. Why he wasn't having an entourage around this man? He by himself.
Brother Paul, let me ask you something. You could see this coming down the road, this train wreck that people thought that Democratic candidate was going to be a little bit more, and all the pundits at first were saying it might be a runoff and so forth. But when I saw that he wasn't even getting on certain local black media, and especially in populated area where we could have a good black voter turnout, he wasn't really attending events that would be more conducive to the black populace seeing him and meeting him and so forth. I say this was nothing but applaud. Nothing but applaud. And they keep playing, they keep running these same, like a computer program, same algorithm at us in the black community for so many years, and we keep falling for it. We keep falling.
That old time politics not working no more. What they used to do is not working.
Right. I don't know if it was a good situation where they was outreaching to youth. I know Black Voters Matters, they tried, but they didn't have a lot of resources themselves to reach every nook and cranny of the community. So, Brother Paul, after this election hangover, and we're going to get more of the same, or even worse, what is our agenda, man, in the black community? Nothing? Nothing, a big goose egg?
Well, I tell you, man, I've been pushing for the last almost 3 years. I started out for Memorial Day for former city council. We had a dynamo. Her name was Mary Morris.
Right.
And I told them jokers, I say, we going to have to, if we want to make any impact in our lives and in this system, we going to have to vote 80% or better.
Mm-hmm.
80% was the number, because I can't expect to support like Vilo, like Brother Keith, like Brother Wallace. We've been on the battlefield a while. We go beyond 100%.
Yeah.
Because we know what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ask them, but 80%, they can give us at least 80%.
Yes.
80% is that magic number. I don't know nowhere in this country they got 80% voting black. Nowhere in this country.
Right.
Nope.
That would change and turn this whole mess around.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And if you notice, the white folks turn out 73%.
right.
Well, they, I don't know about 73%, but I know 50% they turn out. You know, and they,
Yeah, but that's right.
and
But
50
50%, that's 73, yep.
yeah,
They didn't turn out that well.
yeah, but we turn out in 30. You know, at one time it used to be maybe 18%. This time I think we turned out at what, 30%, Brother Jay?
No, 23%.
23.
Yeah.
Oh, no, in our area,
Yeah.
we had like 23%.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
26% early voting outdid
mm-hmm.
the regular general election. Usually that set the stage for the general election. They voted lower, lesser than the early voting. Now, that was strange, too.
Well, they had so many things going on. I heard they had a big thing going on in Texas on the 14th, you know, and that's where everybody wanted to go, you know, they call it shake their tail feather.
well,
Oh, yeah. Then
yeah.
the younger folks, they had Graham and Sutton at their homecoming.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the thing is this: overall, we still have to rethink if we could keep playing the same game, and you know what the opponents are doing, or what the white supremacists. Because again, I'm saying this, brother Paul. This election was about white supremacy. You didn't have the smartest person in running for governor. You didn't have the most morally centered person running for governor. You had the most idiotic, racist person that could run, much like on the national level, which you've seen in the Republican House. There a lot of people are pulling the level. So what was on the agenda was white supremacy. And I don't think black folks to overcome white supremacy when the agenda is white supremacy here in Youngsville and Lafayette and all over. So I'm just keeping it real, you know, to coin the phrase from Reverend Sharpton.
You hit it right on the head, my brother Vilo. Let me tell you something, brother Wallace and brother Vilo. Black folks legitimize white supremacy. Mm-hmm. We legitimize, that's why it's still around. Mm-hmm. With its head raised, we need to knock it down. We live in the 21st century.
Yeah, but Brother Paul, some of our people, our own people, so-called, I know a couple elected leaders in Lafayette won't use those words. Brother Jay, don't say that, man, because nobody wants to be called a racist. Well, you know what? they don't call us what they want to call us, but they're certainly enacting some factual, real things against our community. And that's why we get what we get, because we too afraid to stand up to what white supremacy is. Well, look, I'm going to say this, I'm going to let you talk. There's a big article that's making the national news scene on News One website. It's titled that black voters are scapegoated for the election of suspected, now they're using those words, suspected white supremacy Jeff Landry. So the article goes on to tout the statistics that came out of this election and to say that they're blaming the black voters for not turning out once again. But the Democrats had some play in that. So I say it's a combination of everything, but I'm not going to go all out and scapegoat the black voters. But again, Sean Wilson did not make a valiant effort to push forward his agenda all over the place. He was out there trying to please certain quarters, certain niceties, playing these niceties with white supremacists type thing. And then again, Brother Paul, you got to look at who pulled the lever for Jeff Landry. White folks, white Democrats, because we have more registered Democrats in this state, according to some, then we have Republicans. So it had to be
Brother Jay, I want to stop you.
Go
right
ahead.
there.
Go ahead.
Not just white folks pull that level. They had black folks pull that level too.
Oh yes.
You know, because
Yeah, that's like 12%.
yeah,
12%.
you know, so we can't just keep putting it on another race when we involve in it and
Right.
giving them the tools
Right.
to mess over us with.
Yeah, I just want to illustrate a point that a lot of white folks voted for Jeff Landry,
Yeah.
who are Democrats.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, that's just like right now, Brother Paul. We have wars going on, you know, in Israel and all those other countries.
Ukraine over there, Ukraine and Europe.
But the biggest war is right here in the United States. It's called the Democrat and the Republican. You know, look all the money getting ready to go to Israel and Ukraine and all of that. And we have people here that's homeless. You know, man, every time I see somebody sleeping on the sidewalk, you know, that I got a heart, you know, and maybe that's what hurts so much, you know, to watch these people, you know, lay on the sidewalk and stuff like this here. Some of them, you know, can't help it. Some of them been in the Vietnam War, all those other wars, and their mentality is not thinking like it used to be, you know? So,
You're live on AOC Community Media. That's Cox 15 and LUS Channel 3. Shout out to the AOC team for making this show possible. We have on the line Brother Paul out in Lake Charles. He's a community activist, all-around good fella, I think, and suffering from an election hangover right now. But we want to make it right for him by letting him express himself. Go ahead, Brother Paul.
Well, we all suffering from election.
Well, I'll tell you, what Brother Rogers hit the subject is definitely important. But guess what? The government created that homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
The government's created that homelessness.
Yeah.
And now it's, you know, 'cause they close these hospitals with these people with this insane hospital. They closed the hospital and people throw them to the street.
Yeah.
Years ago. That's where it got started.
Bobby Jindal did that.
And speaking of homelessness, Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, he come out where he been at. All of a sudden, he made a statement with Trump. He support Trump.
Right.
He a warrior.
Well, getting the fact that Jeff Landry's been elected now, and we just talked about homelessness, Louisiana ranks basically last in every statistical category. I mean, except partying and smoking and cigarette and drinking and everything else, every vice, and having more preachers per capita in elected people, politician bullshitters. And I'm gonna say that. But what will we do, Brother Paul? Now that you think Jeff Landry, granted that his hardline approach to crime and saying he could get Louisiana back to, Louisiana never was to a certain point that everybody was prospering.
Carl Cavalier, what he did for Carl Cavalier, Ronald Green.
Yeah, member of law enforcement, Carl Cavalier.
Yeah, what did he do for
Oh, he
them?
come with that law and order. Now he want to incarcerate everybody and incarcerate crime away.
Roll back.
That hadn't worked.
Roll back all those what they were calling that community. Criminal justice reform.
Yeah.
That's right.
Roll
That's
that
right.
back. Yeah.
They also had a bill they tried to pass. You got to be 25 feet from a law enforcement officer when you film it. Now, who's going to determine that 25-foot
Right.
impasse?
Well,
So, in other words, you're going to bring your ruler or measuring tape in your pocket everywhere you go.
The same group, Brother Paul, that did not push to really inform the electorate this election cycle, the same groups, the alphabet letter groups, I'm going to just say it like that, and the urban something group, all those same groups would be calling for boycott and protest in front of the governor's mansion. You know, people ought to be tired going in front of the governor's mansion when they got enough people in the state to start voting their pocketbook. I think Louisiana deserves some type of situation where, you know, you got the Essence Fest, you got all of that. time to move the essence out of New Orleans. I know people gonna be hurt, but you have to suffer to change the dynamics.
That's right. Now you're talking.
What's if things not going to change in the last 10 years?
That's what I say. Sacrifice.
The same people will be calling for protests against Jeff Landry at the governor's mansion. The same group that did not push the agenda why it was so important to go out there and vote. They're going to be calling for protests in front of the governor. Watch.
And you
Watch
know
it
when they're
happen.
going to want to go? On a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody going to want to go on a Saturday. Man,
That ain't gonna work. You gotta be doing the work, my brother.
Yeah, during the work week. Don't call me to go and protest nothing on a Saturday when everybody's at home looking at TV because the news media are going to be there showing everybody, and they're going to be saying, look how stupid they are.
And and then Jeff Landry gonna cut a deal with one of the politicians, and everything will be all right again. And it's the same cycle, the same thing
Yes.
over and over again.
Yes, so
And then the other thing is he a big oil man. He stuck with the oil and gas, which hadn't got us to the promised land.
Yeah.
right.
Because let's face it, we got a 40% poverty rate in this state. In Lake Charles, Cashew Parish, it's sitting right at 40% poverty. So how has oil and gas help our situation? It hadn't
None of this
made
stuff.
us 1 hour.
None of the
We
stuff.
made 8. Then guess what? 80 years we've been sacrificed for our nation to provide fuel all to keep them people from freezing to death up north. We have made a sacrifice. But what has that sacrifice? Now they want us to provide natural gas to Europe.
Okay, now.
Now look here. Now I don't mind sacrifice, brother, for greater good. But we can't continue being sacrificed in the Gulf along the last getting across this horizon, polluting our air and our water.
Globe.
And everybody, guess what? They're not creating any new jobs, so they can't holler about jobs. Yeah, the construction, but once that's gone.
Yeah,
They don't create no jobs from these facilities. They don't pay their taxes.
Right.
Our taxes, sales tax, we got the highest sales tax in the nation. Let me tell y'all something, my brother Valo. Our city taxes, 67%
Wow.
of our tax revenue is sales tax. Now that's not a residual fund, my brother. That's based on people buying habits. People get scared, they're gonna start holding their money.
Right.
Lord, that must be in trouble.
They're already doing it now.
you know, they say every time something needs to be done in the state of Louisiana, in the city, the parishes, it's always where the money gonna come from. It come from the money that you collected. You know, we never have no money when it comes for the right thing. But I bet
That's
you,
right. They give it all away. They have gave these petrol companies and gave them away this corporate welfare.
They call
But
tax,
yeah, they
tax
worried about a
incentive.
man with some food stamps.
They call tax
And
incentive.
the food stamp is less than what? 1% of the budget.
Well, even
For the farm bill,
even the issues with the casinos, Brother Paul, that was touted as something that's going to save Louisiana and put Louisiana at the top. All it did was just make people have more vices to go out. You know, when I'm going to the casino,
Exactly.
I want some more cigarettes, like, brother, I want more drinks. You know, I mean,
yeah.
this
But
contributes to
then
an
the other
overall
side of
decline.
it, they ain't paying no taxes neither. They exempt.
Yeah.
So who monitored? Then they supposed to get tax from people they hire locally. Who monitoring this? They're not even monitoring that.
Right. So Louisiana is a good investment for an out-of-town investor. But
Yeah, to come rob us our resources.
The money's flowing out there to an offshore account in the Grand Cayman by one of those companies as a holding company that owns the rights to the casino profits. So we know the game plan, and you know, just that.
And they treating Navarro like a third world nation.
Yeah.
We selling our sovereignty.
Yeah.
Just for the basis to get the George rob us our resources.
So Jeff Landry's
So
going to
we
improve
giving
that.
up our sovereignty
So
as a state.
So Jeff Landry going to improve that. And like I said, it's going to take some monumental type situation for our community to understand what is really going on, Brother Wallace. All we could do is vent, and that's what these platforms is venting, maybe planting some ideas, some good ideas in some future leader. So we do this for the future leaders coming up in the black community, not the same old keep them talking bullshit people that we have to listen to all the time.
Yeah, right. Because to keep them talking, they lying to us. You know, they covering up
Yeah,
for what white folks is saying. Now we gotta get ready for this mayor race. We got a mayor president race. You know, I said I made that statement. We got a lady chief of police. Why we can't have a lady mayor, a mayor president?
Mm-hmm.
No, we not doing that. You know, we listening to the hype. You know, and that's what I call it, hype. You know, and I think on the screen right now we got
the mayor president.
the mayor president, and
Who's a confess? I'm going to say this. Who's a confessed alcoholic? He confessed it, that news article. I mean, we could go look it up.
Yeah.
And Rudy Giuliani, who's another suspected alcoholic, who was trying to nullify black women vote in Georgia, black voter workers who trying to put them out on a limb and say they were some criminals.
Right.
So that's the type of people we are up against.
Yeah, well, you know, not just that, man. You got a governor that's a starch down Republican. You got a president, if he get back in office, that's gonna be starch down Republican. Look at this one.
They're electing idiots left and right. And remember, the connotation on the words, racist idiots, not just idiots, racist idiots.
And that's gonna mess the country up, you
But-
know. And
But you know something else we facing too. We ain't fighting flesh and blood, brother. We fighting spirits.
yeah,
Evil spirits.
These are spirits,
When you
even
call-
in high places.
The Republicans
Ephesians
called an
6
evil
tell you
spirit
all
into their
about it.
house. Now they can't get rid of it.
Yeah, evil spirit. You know, when you have those evil spirit, bro, you know, they hard to get rid of. They like bats. You understand me? That come at you, and it's so many of them you can't fan them off. You know, so all these things we better start looking out and understanding. Put the guns down. Put all these things that's hurting us down. We not even going to the store. We can't even afford to buy top quality food, you know, because that's in control. They control our money, how much money we make, and they control your mouth if you're making, if you're working on a job, you know, because you can't say this or you can't say that. Louisiana got that right to work state, you know. So if you look, if you look like your face needs to be washed that
and
morning,
if you
they can fire you.
Let me ask y'all a question. That's a good subject I hadn't heard in many, many years of how it's going to make a change. They're going to give opportunity. I thought it make no sense to me a right to work. If you're healthy and healthy, and you solid, what you the hell you need a right to work in the greatest, supposed to be the greatest country in the world, United States of America. What you need a right to work for? That don't even sound right. Think about it.
Yeah, it don't.
Hey, my brother.
That don't even make sense, my brother.
Okay, you need the plug.
Yeah, let me plug him in for a second. Put Paul on speakerphone. Yeah, just put him on speakerphone.
Okay, Paul, you're on speakerphone now.
All right, my brother. Go ahead.
Love your show this morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
That's my inspiration and breakfast and lunch and got me full.
Yes. Well, how you feel, man? You have election hangover?
Well, you should. I think we should. You asking the wrong person. That you should ask Josh Guillory if he had a drink Saturday.
Well, my brother, what he did, if you saw the Channel 10 piece, he made it look like he had won something, and he's ready for the fight. He was all upbeat and stuff like that. But you're the person who was the incumbent mayor, but you're acting like you won something, and that other person is coming after you. You know?
Yeah. But you got to look at, talk about Channel 10. This is the news media, period, any particular channel. But you got to look at that background. You saw the former chief of Youngsville. He might be our next chief in Lafayette. He's a drug addict, everything.
Yeah.
Ricky Boudreaux? You talking about Ricky Boudreaux?
They're recycled idiots. You know.
But it was all in the background.
Right.
Big money. It was all Youngsville, and Broussard was at his.
This is what they do. I mean, I was listening to a piece about General Flynn. You know, General Flynn was the disgraced leader that followed Trump, only because they caught him doing something wrong with selling influence as a member of Obama cabinet and other when he got with Trump. And what he done? When I'm a criminal, guess what? I'm gonna start embracing the Donald Trump. If I'm a criminal, I just have to stand behind Donald Trump, and that gonna shield me for everything. And then I'm gonna say people are after me because I support Donald Trump. And that's what you're seeing a lot of these Republicans are doing, a lot of these bad people are doing. They go stand behind a racist idiot who's also a criminal, suspected criminal, and then they start hollering about they after them because they support Donald Trump. That's a game plan, and people don't see through that. So I think maybe with Mr. Boudreaux, that's what he's doing with the confessed alcoholic mayor.
Yeah.
But they, like I say, you have all these people that has money, you know, and really Youngsville is a apartheid Africa.
Yeah.
Because it's a white deal.
Yeah. I call it the white flight town.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
No.
They hide behind the gates and stuff. Instead of call it a sugar pond, they should have called it's sugar, white sugar.
Yeah. Just missing the plantations down the road. That's
Not
all.
brown sugar, white sugar.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, caller, you know, we got to understand what's going on. You know, I know for a fact, you know, we try to push our family to go out and vote. You know, I know that for a fact, not what somebody telling me. And this is what we have to do. Teach our kids about civics, because they took civics out of school. Everything that's good for us, they take it out of school, you know. And if we don't make sure that our kids getting the proper education other than just going to school, you know, you got some parents, I'll be glad when school start again so y'all could get out of my hair. Y'all could get out of here. I could have peace and quiet. All of these things is being said, you know, but you're sending your kids to the slaughter box. You know, when you want them to get out your house so you could have peace and quiet for a few hours, that's what you're doing. You send them to a slaughterhouse. But when they come back, you know, where is your homework? You know, and I tell that story all the time. You know, my mama had kids. You know, she had 7 in the house. She had to get off of work. She worked in the morning till in the afternoon. When she got off of work, she had to worry about making sure we had clean clothes. She had to worry about making sure we had something to eat, you know, and things like this here. Well, when she said, y'all do your homework. Oh, mama, I did mine at school. You know, knowing I was lying, that didn't hurt her. It hurted me, you know, in the long run, because now after I got older, I had to re-educate myself, you know, and I re-educated myself in a way that I understood what was going on, and I understood it better than what I was being taught in school, you know, because back in the days we had hand-me-down books, you know, you would read that crap, you know, and you couldn't understand it because guess what? The books that was handed down to us was all marked up. Some of the pages was missing. The book cover, we had to turn around and take those old brown paper bags and make book cover and stuff like this.
Well, we got 1 minute. We could be logging off AOC Community Media.
Okay.
Okay, what I wanted to say,
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
what I wanted to say, you go, you go down.
Yeah, brother Paul, the caller want to close.
Brother Paul, we're going into a close right now.
Go ahead, my brother.
Real quick, if you ride around and see all the help wanted sign in the windows, are we hiring? It's true they want help, but they're paying the $10 or $15 an hour, but they're giving you less hours, no 40 hours. And then they talk about people don't want to work.
Right.
Because you get paid a couple of dollars more and look it sounds or it looks good, but in reality is no benefits involved into that. I'm gonna let y'all go.
And thank you so much, brother, for calling.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the call.
All right, brother Paul. We could close. I'm sorry we cut you short. We had this caller kept calling.
Brother Paul? Brother Paul?
You talking about the we got 160. I ain't never heard no math with more than 100%. If we I just do 100%, we going to jail. That's a fraud.
Right.
So how they gonna sell us? Because they don't want to show them letter grades. Because they know it's a failure.
Right.
But let me tell y'all something, Brother Rod and Paulo and Keith. Let me share something with y'all. You know what public education should do for every child? Future citizenry, both private and public. In other words, the problem we got, post-citizenship leads to post-leadership.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Brother Paul, we right now we off the air at the EOC Community Media, but we still on live on social. And Brother Wallace, we'll let Brother Paul close. And I know this hour moves fast, but we're gonna try to put in for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Next time we do a show.
Man, give me that hour that quick, my brother.
yeah,
That's
brother.
it. That's when that's TV. That goes
man,
quick.
we smoking, brother.
Yeah.
But Wallace, Brother Wallace, I've been knowing you a lot of years, brother, before I met Follow.
Yeah.
Man, Wallace, you remember when we talking about we can organize this state?
Yeah.
I know in my heart, I know what to say.
Yeah. Well,
We just need the resources to travel the state.
we all know the resources. You know, we all know what to do, what to say. But the thing of it is, when you say things, you need people listening. Everybody don't want to listen to what you have to say, you know, because there's going to be somebody going to come behind you and call you a boy or something, you know.
Well, that's damage control. You got to make sure you explain what you're doing to the teeth so they can't go behind you.
I see the stream is still going on AOC Community Media, but we're not going to push it with them because we appreciate them getting. It's supposed to be 56 minutes, but we're going to certainly put in for some when we have some specials, put in for some longer hours when we have to do shows like this. This is great that we could communicate and bring everything together and let the people out there listening to a different perspective, not the same old perspective we hear on the same old agenda type corporate radio station that we hear every weekend.
Well, you know, Brother Jay, before we go off the air, man, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Always.
That give me a voice, giving us a voice.
Everybody.
You know, and
you're right, brother. You appreciate you, Follow.
Yeah,
with your technical skills.
Everybody to have a voice, you know, because without a voice, we have nothing.
We gonna bring Brother Paul down and treat him to the works and take him to the restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name. I'll be advertising that restaurant, and we're gonna give him. Then he could get over that election hangover that I'm still suffering from.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm having a big election hangover, you know, and it's just the idea when I say hangover, not drunk, you know, not drinking like y'all mad president do. It's just the upset, you know, the agony of defeat, you know, because I always look at it. Everybody was in the stall at the racetrack, you know, horse race, and when they opened those gates, everybody took off running. You know what I mean? And the one who got to the finish line, some of them won, some of them placed, some of them show. Some of them broke their leg on the way gone.
Yes.
You know, but, hey, I'm not mad at nobody behind this here, don't want to be mad at nobody, if you don't want to talk to me because your candidate didn't win, that's on you, not on me.
Yes.
But it's not gonna. That's not gonna choke me no kind of way, you know. So, and I'm gonna keep on moving around the way I've been moving around. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But I think I done hung my saddle up, bruh.
Yes. Yes. Well, we appreciate you, Brother Paul, and I'm going to sign off because they took us off the stream on AOC, but we still live on community media, so we got to log off right here.
Okay.
And
appreciate y'all brothers, man. Hey, man, power to the people.
Check us out this Friday, Brother Wallace. Hopefully I'll be in the studio. If things warranted, and we'll have another powerful show that we are part of, the Community Matters show on Fridays with Brother Wallace Senegal.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that powerful show, man. I love that show, man.
Community Matters. Remember that. Community Matters, 10 o'clock, AOC.
Yeah, it does, brother. Our community does matter.
All right, now. Thank you, my brother.
Right on. Right on, Brother Paul.